Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, my name's Paul Reed and I'm a professional photographer. I had a fantastic day doing a workshop in Glasgow, one-to-one workshop, and I think it's the first day when I've felt really comfortable with this Leica M10 Monochrome. As you will probably know if you watch this channel, I have used the Leica Q2 Monochrome for ages, for years, and then had the bright idea to switch from the Q2 Monochrome to the M10 Monochrome. There's reasons for that in another video. But what I've found is that getting used to this new camera has been pretty tricky. Just to do with the muscle memory, you know, I used to be able to bring that Q2 Monochrome up quickly and just snap a moment so quickly. That is coming back now. I can do that now, and I kind of proved that to myself when I was doing this workshop in Glasgow. So I'm going to show you some of those photographs now. I hope you like them. You know, I really love doing those workshops in Glasgow. I love doing the ones in London as well, but Glasgow is such a fantastic place to do street photography. Glasgow, the workshops there never seem to be quite as popular as the London ones. I find that with the London ones, they pretty much always get booked up most of the time. With the Glasgow ones, you know, there's usually kind of some spaces available still, even on the day whenever I do the workshop. But Glasgow's a great place and you're really missing out if you don't get on one of those Glasgow ones. I haven't released the dates for next year for Glasgow, but I will be probably in the next few days. I have released all of the dates for the London workshops, so if you want to join me on one of those workshops, then go over to my website and see if there's a date that you can do. Now, something happened to me the other day whenever I was scrolling through Instagram, and what happened was I came across 3 photographs, not one after each other, but on the same feed, that were virtually identical photographs, all by different photographers. They were taken in the same venue, the same place. I'll tell you where it was. It was the Tate Modern, and it was that staircase, and you might have seen quite a few images of that staircase, and rightly so. It's a wonderful piece of architecture and it looks fantastic in monochrome. One person takes an image, and then what happens is, you know, maybe they go on a workshop or something like that, or they're shown, you know, this is the way that particular photographer takes photographs. And then what the other person does is directly copy that photographer's work and directly copy even the entire image. I'm sure even if you googled Tate Modern staircase or street photography Tate Modern, something along those lines, you probably will see a picture of that staircase with probably one silhouette of a person coming down those steps or going up them. And this is kind of the way things can be with photography, where, you know, you see an image and then you directly copy that photograph. What I try to do on my workshops is give the people the tools, give them the settings which I use, tell them the sort of things that I'm looking for, really kind of explain to do with light and composition and all of that sort of thing, and, you know, help them find their vision rather than actually just setting people up and saying, right, photograph that, this is what you're looking for. I want the people that are on my workshops to be thinking for themselves and actually, you know, finding their voice with photography. What we should be looking for whenever we're looking at other photographers is inspiration, not imitation. Of course, there's so many fantastic photographers out there doing amazing things, and we look at their work and we think, that's incredible, I would love to produce something like that. Well, that's okay to actually be inspired and want to take photographs of that caliber, of that quality, but each and every one of us have got our own artistic nature, and we've got our own take on things that we should be exploring and putting into practice. Look, I don't want you to kind of worry too much about this sort of thing. Of course, whenever we're learning, we tend to kind of imitate other photographers a bit because we're maybe trying to find our own voice, but we really do need to find it pretty quickly, otherwise we are just copying somebody else's work. I promised you a Platinum Palladium print a week, and here's this week's getting printed. So I'm doing really well with my preparation for a future exhibition with these Platinum Palladium prints. Also, I'm doing some silver gelatin prints as well, but mainly Platinum Palladium, and I feel like I'm actually making some progress. So as you can see here, I've got these various pictures framed on my walls, and it's just really kind of putting them up there so that I can see them, to see where I am. You know, having all these pictures framed all about my house, almost like as if this is a gallery or something like that, then it's just really healthy for me to be able to just look at them and just say, right, you're doing well, mate. Although I haven't advertised that I'm selling these on my website, I am. So these Platinum Palladium prints are available to buy. They're in very limited quantities. I'm only actually printing 3 of each, and one of those is actually for me to keep. So there's only ever going to be 2 of these out in the wild. So they're extremely limited edition. The other thing as well is these prints, each one is slightly different from the other because they can never be the same. So each print is unique. So they might seem expensive, but these are going to last forever. And the other thing as well is that I'm sure at some point a gallery is going to get hold of these and the price is going to go up a lot more. So if you really wanted one of these Platinum Palladium prints, now is probably the time to buy. It's coming up to Christmas, so whilst I probably don't expect you to buy your loved one of those Platinum Palladium prints, there are other things that you could get for Christmas, or you could ask the other half if they will buy them for Christmas. These t-shirts, so I've just had these done. See, these are Time Traveller t-shirts, and these are in limited edition. There's only 100 of these printed, so just go on over to my website, you can get hold of one of those. There's also this Metalhead t-shirt as well. In fact, I think my other half's got that at the moment. I'll show a little bit of footage of her wearing that now. So she was Metalhead, which is why she's claimed that t-shirt. So there's the Metalhead t-shirt. Now, there's other prints which are cheaper than the Platinum Palladium prints, all the Lonesome Underground prints that you could get for Christmas. What else have we got? We've got vouchers. So you could ask the other half for a voucher for Christmas. There's a 1-day workshop voucher, 2-day workshop vouchers, and yeah, or the Monochrome Madness course, there's a voucher for that as well. If you haven't done the Monochrome Madness course, then you should, because I've had such amazing feedback from it. People are learning so much from that course. But if you want that for Christmas and you want to ask somebody for it, there's vouchers on the website as well. What do I want for Christmas? You know what, I couldn't even tell you. But all I want really is for in the new year is to really kind of see a lot more of you on the workshops and things, because I'm having such a good time doing those, and I just feel kind of that I'm bonding with everybody that comes on these workshops. We all stay in touch afterwards, and I'm just having a fantastic time. I want to thank everybody for all your support. It means the world to me. Thanks for subscribing. If you subscribed, all your comments, all your likes, and all the rest of it. Keep doing it, and I'll see you next time.